Hello, good evening. It's been a while. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hey, Poop Kid. 2:30 in the morning, that's right. Wildstorm CCG. Kirihiko, good to see you guys. It's been a while. I apologize, I've been out sick. You might be able to tell from the sound of my voice. Hopefully, I won't start coughing. Hello, Book and Red. Book and Red, I got the sketch today, so I will try to be inking it, possibly tomorrow. If not tomorrow, next week for sure. I don't sound sick? Good. All right. The radio voice sounds okay. It sounds lower, the register. Dark, I have cough drops and waiting. I did take a small nap just before I started streaming, so I should be good for the evening. I don't know why this thing is here. Hold on a second. I'm seeing someone's gaming stream. I need to remove this off of. Okay. Stupid thing. Excuse me 1 second, guys. I don't want to go to this. Why is nothing easy? Seriously. I'm in my chat, but I'm watching this other guy's gaming feed. I'm tapping it. Please just give me the X so I can delete it off the Y. Alright, finally. Alright, alright, J. Carlos 002 has resubscribed, as has Wildstorm CCG, Dark Fudge, Jedi Laveau, Moo Leader of the Centipede, has subscribed as Mr. LBC. Alright. Hello, Crispy, Doomsday Clock 1, Schmutz Lee, Ren Elephant. The whole gang's here. Welcome. Thank you guys. Superhero Swimmer. Thank you for tuning on short notice. I wanted to get some streams in before the end of the month. This has been a historic month for me, the best streaming month yet in terms of views and followers and all that kind of good stuff. So it just means we're heading in the right direction, and it's been exciting talking to other creators both on Twitter and in real life. People thinking about streaming and being online and sharing their creative process. So it's good. There are a lot more people that watch this than, well, a lot more people I know that watch it than I knew before. So today, I'm working because I have to do a cover. When I do covers like this, generally you're seeing it obviously for the first time, and so I have to kind of keep it somewhat on the down low, and so I can't really describe what I'm working on other than what you're seeing at face value. I will just say that you'll see characters tonight that you haven't seen before, really, for the most part. So it gives you a bit of a clue of what I'm drawing. So, but tomorrow will be the regular Sunday stream. I'll just do it on Friday because we have the day off. And so tomorrow I'll take sketch requests from the audience, the people in chat. You guys will vote on them. We'll do a giveaway. I don't know what level of the giveaway we're at, but I will find out for tomorrow. And then Saturday, although a bunch of you have said on Discord that you won't be able. Well, you'll be tuning in from work tomorrow, so you won't. You're fearful that it would be the draw along. The draw along is on Saturday morning, so have no fear. But we should decide either today or tomorrow what we're going to do for the draw along on Saturday. Okay. And then the following week will probably be a submission, portfolio review, another Sunday stream, and more late night long form streaming. Those are the kind of the 4 buckets of activity that I have. Actually 5. The 5th would just be sneak peeks of gaming or bits of entertainment stuff, and I'm still working on that aspect of the stream, like how to make that interesting, and it might involve actually bringing another human being into the studio space. So speaking of Spawn, that was interesting. I saw Spawn somewhere tonight that was interesting. No spoilers. Other human beings. Well, unfortunately, this space isn't large. I mean, if it was large enough, I'd put another physical human being right here. Like Eric Canetti or Mark Silvestri. Todd already spoiled it? Oh, okay, alright, Todd already spoiled it. Anyway, oh yeah, it's been a while. Look, I'm just waiting for Whiteout to dry. I'm not stalling. So this is a long form too. I feel no particular rush. I'm going to give myself at least 15 minutes. You guys that just want to see the drawing, just fast forward to 15-minute mark. Of course, I missed the stream. I missed you guys. So yeah, it's been a while. I basically held it together pretty well. I was working crazy hours, and I got that done. I got covers done, other stuff that had to get done, and then rolled right into WonderCon, which was really fantastic. I met a lot of you guys in chat, in real life, and hopefully I can remember. It's met a lot, and I tried to go with the real names. It just wasn't flowing as well, so I just reverted to chat handles, and I could start putting faces to chat handles. So some of you forever be remembered as Mr. Friendly Diarrhea or whatever. I mean, Poop Kid, whatever. I mean, that's the name you chose, so that's how you'll be remembered. Yeah, and then promptly thereafter, I think starting Sunday, I felt kind of ill, and Monday was full blown, and I was sick, and so Tuesday was the worst. Slept like 14 hours. Went to bed at 1 in the afternoon. Woke up at 6 or 7 for dinner. Stuffed my face full of carbs, and then went back to sleep and woke up at 3 o'clock. Anyway, all right. I got to pull together the reference for what we're drawing. So, don't mind me. 1 second. Oh, so for those of you that are new to the stream, there's a Discord channel that we have that basically supplements everything that you see here. And one of the cool things that one of our mods, Kirihiko, set up was the notification system for live streaming isn't so robust in Twitch. Sometimes people miss it. Sometimes it doesn't go at all. And so she created an opt-in on our Discord channel so that when I go live, it sends you a message via Discord. So check that out. There's a bunch of other things that you can do on the channel. You can post art. You can talk about this stream. You can talk about art, comics, all that kind of stuff. There's more stuff if you're a subscriber. Why I put a stop there, I don't know. Whether you're a subscriber or not. And but even if you don't subscribe, there's stuff you can do there. So check that out. All right. I'm looking at this. Fantastic. I have my art direction here. What do we got going? I've got, I hope that you guys enjoyed your Girl Scout cookies we gave. Oh, I'm going to eat a cookie. Hello, Paul V. Draws. Congrats on the Batman sketch. I don't know what they say, eat a cookie, but I know if you give a mouse a cookie, he'll want a glass of milk. None of you have young kids, I take it. It'd be funny if this whole time I was muted. No, it wouldn't be funny. It'd be like every other stream that happened for the past 5 months. I did have some Deng Deng Jjigae, Roy Batty 006. It was the best. I had it for like 2 meals. Thanks, Golf Boy Sunday. All right. So WonderCon, there was a get together of the subscribers. I don't know if it was secret or not. We didn't create a separate channel so we can kind of talk. But I look at it not so much as a WonderCon meetup, but as sort of an annual subscriber get together for the stream. For various reasons, I can't do it every show because sometimes the show brings in talent and they want all that activity done through their convention. But WonderCon and San Diego and New York Comic Con, I don't do package whatever the Jim Lee experience, whatever that means. So, and then we had signings at the DC booth. We had the Watch Me Draw in Real Life, which is the first drawings panel I've done since I started Twitch. So it was interesting to see kind of how that felt different. Look at that. How that felt different now that I stream. I'm sorry if I'm not keeping up. I feel like words are flying out of my mouth, but I'm not sure what I'm saying. I'm not tired though. I'm just I'm sick. The Jim Lee Experience, progressive rock band. I like that. Oh, psychedelic. Yeah. Yeah, Book and Red. I don't think there's gonna be a meetup at San Diego. I think I will just see people there. San Diego is absolutely by far, in terms of busiest, if WonderCon is like a 6 on a scale of 1 to 10, San Diego is like a 15, and New York Comic Con is like a 9 or 8. So I can barely meet all the talent and business partners I need to at San Diego, so I will just see you guys at signings or panels here and there. But yeah, I had a bunch of subs over into my room. We actually hung out. A room. I had a mountain of Girl Scout cookies I basically thrust on people. Apparently, PK, Poop Kid, got stopped by TSA at the airport. They stopped him a couple times because he's a suspicious looking MFer. And yeah, they stopped him, and they're wondering, why are you walking around with literally I don't know, like 60 boxes? How many boxes of 30 boxes of cookies? Right? Who walks around with 30 boxes of cookies on them on a plane, right? It's like, I get hungry. I have low I have low blood sugar. I will fall asleep unless I have calories burning through my body. It's like, I gotta eat. You should have, while they're questioning you, PK, you should have literally grabbed cookies out of your pocket and start munching like 2 or 3. It was definitely awkward walking out of a hotel late at night with a bunch of Girl Scout cookies. It was a walk of shame. Yeah, it was like a, yeah. Yeah, and then we did the presentation. I don't know if any of you guys came to that. It's like an hour and a half long on Saturday. And so we talked about DC Zoom, DC Ink, DC Black Label, Mad Magazine, DC Vertigo, DC Universe. It was the whole gamut of our publishing activity. And frankly, there's a lot of it. So it's very exciting to share that in a comprehensive way. We had Scott Snyder on, live with us, Bill Morrison, the new lead on Mad Magazine, Mariko Tamaki, who's doing one of the Harlequin books for DC Inc. Very funny creator, writer. Nalo Hopkinson, who's writing one of the 4 DC Vertigo Sandman books, House of Whispers. So, really cool, very broad kind of group, a talent, and a lot of cool information, videos, all that good stuff. So, a lot of fun was to be had. And then I went home shortly after. Anyway, so that's what's going on. That's what's going on there. To catch a penciler. Yeah, after I handed out all the Girl Scout cookies, it would have been funny if like SWAT cops like bust out of the closets and like, get your hands up in there. And Ronnie Munn voice, contraband Girl Scout cookies, black, you are selling these outside of the normal cookie selling window. Get your asses on the floor. And I would say, officers, I did not sell any of those boxes of cookies. They were freely given away. Salty Kraken. Now you're trying to get me in trouble. Am I okay? You sound very tired. Bronco Visitors. This is how I sound every day. I've got 9 kids. Get your hands up in the air. How does Ronnie Munn do it? Hands up in the air. He can't even do it. I think it would be more like if I knew the Girl Scout oath, I would recite it as if the cops were saying it. Like it's the Girl Scout cops that come in saying, I don't even know the Boy Scout oath. I pledge my allegiance No, I don't know what it is. I just know there are 10 things you got to remember. I promised. Be honest, brave, reverent, whatever. I thought the stream was tomorrow morning. It is tomorrow morning. But you're in a stream tonight. There's still one tomorrow. Alright? Alright, I think I've chatted quite a bit. Moon Knight 95, Jim Lee should be a comedian. Haha. You know what's funny? It's very deceptive. It's very dangerous to think these things, but you find it funny because you like my art. I'm guessing. I don't know. If you were watching this stream and you knew nothing about comics, you'd be like, this guy, I don't know what's going on. There are 3 streams this week. That's right. As soon as I felt a glimmer of health, I'm like, I'm back. I'm going to stream here. Stream everywhere. Looky, buy my, cookies. Alright. Okay, crispy. Did nothing. Alright, I would talk for 4 hours. Alright, I'm going to do this cover. I'm going to get it on camera as well. So you've got the whole lowdown. Okay. It's one of those streams. If you look at my history of streams, I would say every 4th stream I'm hacking up a lung. Thank you, Abatus, for the bits. Bat Dance has subscribed. Songoku79. Tony's Labs Arts. Oh, it's hosted. Wheels has resubscribed. Queen City Amusements. Good morning. It's very late where you are. You're going to take off? Oh, sorry. Good night. Have a good one. Sleepy Fa has cheered as well. Thank you. Bohio 500. I'm not sure what that means. And Abatus as well. Abatus is from Denver. Confirmed, yes. Denver City confirmed. Secret identity still intact. It's not so much the hand sanitizer, it's all the making out. I can't even use that joke. We live in an era that's an improper joke. My wife would not be pleased with that joke. So. Why is Ren laughing nervously? Alright, let me oh, this one really weird fast. Okay, yes. Alright, what am I gonna draw? My name's pronounced Thomas Love. It's Croatian. Thomas Love. I followed you for 6 months, but only figured out how to chat. Cheers from friends. Mansage. Oui. Okay. No, it's not a Legion of Superheroes cover. Oh, and then there's a lot of drawing to be had. So this cover I have to get to Scott in the morning, so you can ink it over the weekend. And then there's other stuff I need to do, like I guess for the Lake Como Comic-Con. There's a print that they're using for the program book, so I need to do that. That I can share. That's going to be like Batman. I'm thinking like doing Batman with Nightwing and Robin and the Joker and Hush, maybe. I don't know, some sort of weird circular composition. I'm sort of have that in my head. Crispy egg roll. It was weird. Not weird. For some of you, it was your first Comic-Con ever. I mean, I guess it was a good beginner con. WonderCon is, it's not too crazy, not too hectic. But at the same time, I mean, it's yeah. I thought the panel, the room was mostly full, but not like crazily so. San Diego will be a little more crowded, I think. She's supposed to have this like really amazing cool sword, like huge, gigantic. The only problem with gigantic swords that you see in video games is that if you draw them with huge weapons, it's very hard to draw them on a cover in a way that it fills up the page compositionally well. Meaning, if that sword has to be seen all the time, every time you draw it, the sword is the predominant large compositional element, and so the figures always look small. I sound like the Gorn. If I kill you, Captain Kirk, you will hand over the Federation plans for Genesis. That's not even a line from any movie. I'm just... Thank you. I look really tired. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah. I could be very tired. My physical appearance might, in this instance, mirror my internal. Oh, thank you, Brutal Knight 15C. I'm not just gonna call out the people and say off. I'm gonna draw the sword first there. Tired in a good way, yes, tired in a good way. Vocal fry. Oh yeah, that's right. So there's a whole channel devoted to crispy clips. Oh no, it's not just crispy. It's any clip you want. Kirihiko just kind of seeded it with some crispy clips, which are highly amusing. I think I explained the crispy egg roll like at least once or twice a day. I'm sure there are people at that panel that were confused. So if you didn't make it to the panel, I actually asked like 2 groups of 3, so 6 in total, 6 fans to come up on stage with me, and while I drew in silence or partial silence, they recounted my secret origins of how I got in the business. And I was actually quite shocked at the level of detail they knew about my past and little anecdotes and stories I've told. So it actually worked out really well. I just kind of came up with that idea. I thought that might be kind of funny, and they rose to the task. I felt bad because I should have introduced them. If I do this again, which I probably will in San Diego, I should introduce them and then thank them afterwards. Me, I'm so self-centered, narcissistic. I wasn't thinking about them. I should have. Inviting stalkers on stage. I'm pretty sure anyone that's online is a stalker. By definition. Google. Apparently Google has like 5 gigabytes worth of our data stored. Google knows more about me than anyone in the history of my life, entire life. Yeah, I'm just curious, like, what they guess my profession, age, weight, all that kind of fun stuff. All right, can you see this? All right, it's sort of like large, large and in charge. I could even make it larger by moving this hand back. It's so the length of the sword stays the same, but by moving the hilt back here, I made the blade or the shaft. Where's the shaft? No, the shaft is the hilt. Okay, so the blade longer. The shaft is down here. Yeah. Thumbs in my chili. I'm too busy to be a stalker. Sure. Chunk Style 3030. Did I ever get to meet Jack Kirby? Hell yes. Is that how people say that now? I know that's really old. I met him at my first Comic Con, dude. Yeah, that's right. You heard it. First Comic Con, first San Diego Comic Con, 1987. Went to a surprise birthday party for the king. I got invited. I crashed it. Back then, there was there was no guest list. There was no invite needed. So I met him. I talked to him at the very first Comic Con I ever went to. Wished him happy birthday. Guy was super nice, super humble. At the party, I saw Steve Rude, Frank Miller, Matt Wagner. Too scared to say hi to any of those guys. Just Jack. That's how open he was. He just had that energy. You felt you could walk up to him and just talk to him. I said, hey, can we just take a selfie? Guy charged me $50. Can you imagine if that was my story? Back then, there were no camera phones, of course, right? And no one charged money for anything. Have I ever met Steve Ditko? Hell yeah. Dude, I met everybody. I work in the comic book business, man. I mean, Will Eisner? Of course I met Will Eisner. Who haven't I met? Al Jaffe? Met him. Jim Steranko? Check. Gil Kane? Check. I met Steve Ditko. Howard Stern? Check. I met Steve Ditko in the halls of Marvel Comics. I've never met Hugh Hefner, but I don't think he worked in comics. Although he did publish The Law of Annie Fanny. And he was a big comic book fan, I heard. I think Bill Finger died before I got into the comic book business. Can anyone confirm the year? Dave Cockrum I met at the first New York City Comic Con I went to. The first Comic Con in New York City. Prior to me, the one I actually got my work, when I showed my work to editor Archie Goodwin at a Comic Con, back up, got out of college, created a portfolio. People told me you have to go to meet editors in person. I flipped open a comic book. There was an ad for the largest Comic Con. It was in New York City. Literally, I know that it was not lying. It was exaggerating. It was the largest Comic Con by this organizer, so it wasn't a very big Comic Con at all. It was at the Roosevelt Hotel, I believe. It was a small hotel in New York City, and in this at this con, Dave Cockrum was there, Terry Austin, and look, I was like huge mad, like huge, crazy mad X-Men fan, and I got to go and kind of literally like just worship at these guys' feet. So I said hi to Dave Cockrum, I said hi to Terry Austin, and yeah, it was pretty cool. Frank Rosetta, I don't know if I met Frank. I don't think so. I think he might have also died relatively soon. Carmine Infantino, of course, met the man. Yep, yep. Otomo, I don't think I met Otomo, but he gave me a signed print. I don't know. I'm not name dropping. I'm just telling you who I met. Of course, I did a panel with Sergio Aragones. Carmine Infantino and I met him. What the heck is that? Met Mobius, Liberatore, Milo Manata. I met Carmine Infantino at a event held by the United States Postal Service. They did a bunch of DC stamps, so I had some artwork that was on a DC stamp, as did Carmine Infantino, and so I met him and Joe Giella, and Joe Kubert, of course, John Byrne. Okay. Any mangaka from Japan you met before? Yeah, the creator of Rurouni Kenshin. Did I say that right? You guys know that one? I did not meet Miyazaki. John Buscema I met. Sal Buscema I met. Very nice guys. They had no idea who I was. I mean, I was just starting out. Rurouni Kenshin, yes. The creator of Rurouni Kenshin, he did sketch. I visited him in his studio in Tokyo, and he did little drawings for each of my 3 daughters at the time. So Tyler, Kelsey, and Sienna each got an original sketch. It was pretty nice. So Mike Mignola, when I broke, okay, I'll keep trying. When I broke into the business, when I was just broken in, and I told my editor Carl Potts at Marvel I wanted to live in California. He said, specifically Berkeley. He's like, "Oh, I know people there. Let me see if if they'll put you up while you're looking for an apartment." I'm like, yeah, if you could, I mean, that'd be great. Don't knock, I don't want to impose on people I don't even know. So he calls up a creator and says, "Okay, you're going to stay at Mike Mignola's apartment." So I slept on Mike Mignola's couch for several days while I was looking for an apartment. Then he kicked me out. This is pre-Hellboy. I did meet the guy who created One Punch Man. Yes. We did a panel together. Excuse me. Couch, yeah. I hear Mike Mignola has like 7 couches now. He's got hella couches. I had a window hiding the left side of the drawing. I don't know what that means. Did I ever show Kirby my work? No. I didn't show any of these people I met my work. Why would they want to look at my work, man? That would be weird. Oh my God, John Buscema, I love your work. Hey, you want to see some of my cool shit? I mean, that conversation did not happen. Bernie Wrightson, Walt Simonson. I slept at his place. Him and Wheezy, super nice. They had me over for a weekend. Dad jokes. I've hung out with Alan Moore, had lunch with him, a couple lunches, hung out at his house. Good night, Sir Rixian. Angry Panda has cheered. Thank you, Angry Panda 888. Tex XXX. Maxim Druckart has also subscribed, as has Tenken 337T West F L West J and KFRMTX and Pandemus. So thank you guys for subscribing and supporting the channel. Very cool. Kurt Swan. Ooh, no, I don't think I've met Kurt Swan. When did Kurt Swan pass away? Did anyone Google that? Kurt Swan. I don't think so. Alan was actually a very, very nice guy. Okay. Guten Morgen, PBZKN. Wie geht's dir? Wie spät ist es? Wie spät ist es? Wie spät ist es? Wie spät? I think that's how you say it. How late? What's the time? How late is it? Wie spät ist es? In Deutschland. Yeah, so Kurt Swan passed away in '96. So that was I broke in the industry in. Well, no. I didn't start at DC till '98, so I didn't meet a lot of DC people till later. Mort Weisinger, no. 9 Uhr. Ja, sehr froh. Night, Elephant. See ya. Thank you for modding. Appreciate your help. Ciao. Massage. Yes, you can do it. Wie sagt man? Ich bin ein bisschen krank. No. How do you say it? Yeah. Ich bin krank. Yes? Ich bin krank. Ein bisschen krank. Me either. Don't worry about it. Brutal Night 15. I know like 5 words I can put together, and it's like rock and roll music. If you just know 3 chords, you can play most of rock and roll. See you tomorrow, Doomsday Clock 1. Buenas noches, Red Elephant. I don't even know how these people are gonna. Okay. Have you ever wrestled Jeff Jarrett? I have not. I don't think I've wrestled a lot of. Well, I've wrestled people. Bruno Knight 15. Technically, you're German. Do you live in Germany? Superhero swim art. My eyes are slowly drifting closer to sleep, but I must see what happens. You are feeling very, very, very drowsy. Close your eyes. Let all the tensions of the day melt away. Visualize all the stress and anxiety in your day. Pull it together like a small black cloud of dark energy. Exhale it out of your system. Slowly. Breathe out. Let it out. Now breathe in slowly. Fresh, clean air. Let it revive you. Why do I have this very bad Romanian accent? Hi Jim, I have met Manuela Lupacchino this month. You have told me which her is a bona of sure. Yes, she's fantastic. Her art is great. Beautiful. Emanuela Lupacchino. Dave Stevens, yes, I've met Dave Stevens a couple times. Very, very sweet guy. I remember seeing that guy going like, wow, like that's a real comic artist. He seemed like a real, he seemed like an adult. It's hard to say. Met him at WonderCon back in the day. A horrible Romanian accent, crispy. Damn you and your entire blood lineage. Hello, some green bright name. Okay. I'm here for Jim Lee has subscribed. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Hi, I'm from Romania. I can say your accent is on point. Thank you. We're asking you to get horrible Romanian accents? I don't know. This guy looks like he's doing a Romanian two-step right there. Correct, Bob Newhart. You know who I might have met? I'm not 100% sure. Because at the time, I was not really, well, even today, I'm not like hugely into rap, but Tupac. And I say that because a long time ago, I met John Singleton, who is a movie director, and Tupac. Oh my God, please. Tupac. Jim, you suck. Right. And I don't know if I ever met Eazy-E, but so I met John Singleton. I think that's his name. His director, and so he was doing a movie. I want to say it was Poetic Justice. So he invited us onto the set, and I met Ice Cube, and so I was talking to Ice Cube for a bit. V Gerard 54. Yeah, just fast forward, dude. Just go to the bottom of the screen, take that slider, scroll, move it to the right. Yeah, Mike Marengo, I knew him, met him. many times. Yeah. So and then Janet Jackson, and I know Tupac was in that movie, so I just don't know. Like, it wouldn't have registered because he wasn't. He wasn't a name to me at the time. Same thing with like the writer director of Black Panther. I actually met him at a Warner Brothers event. He had just done his first movie. I think it was really an indie movie about a shooting at a BART station. I think a murder or a death on a BART station in San Francisco. And he was there talking about that movie to a bunch of execs at a Warner Brothers retreat. And who would have guessed shortly thereafter he did Creed, and then he did Black Panther. I mean, Fruitvale Station, correcto mundo. Ryan Coogler, yes, correct. Very articulate, real nice guy. So it's interesting. You gotta go through life and you meet people. Met most of the Star Wars people. The only one I didn't is Harrison Ford. But David Prowse, Carrie Fisher, Mark Hamill, of course. And I'll tell you, it's odd when you first start meeting people and you're like, wow, I never really would have expected this ever to happen. It's trippy. But then after a while, you just kind of get not used to it, but it's like it's not something that you actively. Early on, it's like, oh, I would, it's like it's really, you don't want to pass up with that opportunity. I think after a while, you just realize, no, they're just human beings. I mean, at the end of the day, and you're not going to become their best friends or anything. So it's, you don't want to treat them like they're objects either. Something to just take a picture with and move on. So, at this point, like, if I meet them, great. If I don't, I mean, I don't focus on it the same way. It's still a cool thing. I'm trying to articulate that. I'm trying to explain this in a way that doesn't make me sound jaded or full of myself or anything other than grateful for these experiences, but also just that your perception of these kinds of encounters changes, I think, as you do more of them. That's what I'm trying to say. Salty Kraken. Yep, that's exactly what it is. Spirit Warrior 007. Cool. Welcome in. It's not really jaded. It's still exciting. I think what it is when you first, it's like seeing, I've said this, it's like sighting. It's like seeing like a creature in the wild, like a unicorn. Like, whoa, that's so cool and special. I'm like, oh my god, I have to preserve this moment. And then later you go like, no, they're just human beings. I mean, they're just there doing their thing, trying to, and you feel guilty maybe experiencing in the way, a tourist would at like a zoo taking a picture of a crocodile. Programmers art. I'm not over it. It's just I would rather. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm saying it poorly. No, that's not it either. Oh man, I don't know what I'm doing. Yes, you're at the Jim Lee Zoo exhibit. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. But I get it. How else are you gonna? It's normal. It was almost like they were Pokemons or something. gotta catch them all or something. And then you realize this is a weird game to be playing with human beings. So you just don't try to catch them all. Does that make sense? I'm gonna have to work out these thoughts a little bit better, so I come off a little bit better. Excuse me. Two-pack. Still, the glove bum. I was at press junket for The Force Awakens a few years ago. Saw Carrie Fisher and her dog, but I was too intimidated to say hi or take a picture. If you're a reporter, though, is that appropriate? I mean, I understand the definition of reporter has changed over the years, but I don't know. I should probably not get into that subject. What am I doing? I'm just messing around at this point. I've got her pose, and now I'm just trying to figure out his pose. Blunter tip helps me draw faster, more loosely. Excuse me. I have no take on Batman Ninja. I mean, I know what it is, but I'm not familiar enough with it. He's not looking over his shoulder. Or is he? He's not looking backwards. He's looking down his shoulder. I don't know. Okay, that's... There's no sharpener on these. You have to buy a separate sharpener. Just so you know that the angle of the camera to the table, the top part's going to feel longer, so as you look down, her legs look super short. But this is the actual image, and you can sort of see how it evens out there, right? What I'm doing is actually having her fly, like she's leaping forward, And what I get with that is I don't have to draw a background. It's like the flying, so they're going to both be flying up. No. I'll twist that body forward. There we go. I think there'll be some art at C2E2. My art dealer Albert might have some at the booth. Anyone try it doing an EVP? What is EVP? Spirit Warrior 007 has subscribed. Thank you very much, Spirit Warrior. Electronic voice phenomena. I'm not familiar with that. Thank you, Abetus. Yeah, I should probably bring my copy on the stream. I should do a stream where just kind of, maybe tomorrow I'll plug a couple of books that we put together. But yeah, that one turned out amazing. The Absolute Edition has like some really cool stuff in it, and these guys are both double wielder, two-handed weapons. Two-handed weapons are the best. I think I always had a one-hander with a shield and like D&D, but two-hander, like the two-handed bastard sword, or the two-hander. The two-handed sword was what? 3d6 damage, like oof, 3 to 18 points. Bastard sword, I think, was 2d8. It was awesome. So much fun. long sword was what? 1 die 6, 1 die 8. Superhero Swimmer is still awake. Dagger 1 die 4. Yeah, D&D 2nd edition. Yes. It's hard to see, huh? Crispy Egg Roll still awake. The over-under for Crispy at this hour, maybe 17 more minutes. 17 more minutes. Did you see that? Golf Boy Sunday? It was very subtle. I did do the... Did you see the hand? I do make weird sounds. Hello, Jabu. Jabu. See you tomorrow, Golf Boy Sunday. Or no, you're saying goodbye. This is Carlton Wildstorm CCG. Bad Kitty 64 says this is amazing. Thank you very much, Bad Kitty 64. Appreciate it. It's a very foreshortened, very large sword, so that's why it looks so large. Fix the boots. I'm gonna draw like 2 different boots. That's generally... There it goes, there's one. I have a weird tangent I'm trying to avoid here with the boot and the sword at the bottom here. Will you watch Infinity War? I'll eventually see it. I generally don't see the Marvel stuff till a while. There's still a lot of the movies I haven't caught up on at all. For instance, Doctor Strange. The Ant-Man movies, I haven't seen any of those. I only saw the first Hulk movie, so probably need to get caught up. You know? Right? Am I indecisive? No, this is generally how I work things out. This is drawing. I don't know. I'm drawing. I don't know. If I had to do something in 15 minutes, then maybe I would make a decision. But this is long form, dude. I'm here till I'm getting this done, so I want to get it right. I don't even know what the Illuminati comment was. So a lot. If I don't understand, like I'm only I am kind of looking at chat, but a lot of times it's hard to follow exactly what's being said. So I don't want to just jump in and upset the flow. So I'll let you guys do your thing. I do still play PUBG. I haven't played in a while though. It's been a week, I think, almost. I'm doing 3 things at once. You're okay. What is the third thing I'm doing? I'm drawing, I'm streaming, and I'm reading? I don't know. Have I seen all the retailer covers? No, I have not. There's quite a few. Let's hope not. Chunk Style 3030. Juggling. Fighting a cold. Yeah, you know, it's interesting that the phrase fighting a cold, like, our natural, like, it's giving me credit. It's like giving me credit for being brave enough to fight it. What if I've just surrendered to the cold? What if I never even tried to fight the cold? I just let it wash over me. I just said, I surrender. What if I was just a cowardly, cold vet? Give in to the cold. But no, it sounds like tougher. Like, I'm fighting the cold. Yeah, I'm fighting the cold, man. I'm fighting the nausea. I'm fighting the diarrhea. Nothing else is a battle, but fighting the cold, not welcome at all. Diarrhea, let it wash all over me, I guess. Alrighty. Crispy's like, what the hell? I'm tired, man. You come on material. You get. Those knees touching. I'm gonna have them touch just exactly right here. Dun, 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 right there. Of course they're not gonna touch. That would be a bad tangent. Hashtag bad tangent. Hashtag bad diarrhea. I'll work that out later. That's what the diarrhea said. Kids are biological weapons. I don't like that. That knee's too high up. Yeah. Crap, Jim Lee says. Let me tell you why I'm on this, what's it called? Scatological rift. I was just reading this book. It's an old Vertigo graphic novel, An Alcoholic. It's semi-autobiographical, I think, by Jonathan Ames, the novelist. Art by Dean Haspiel. And it's got scatological stories of incontinence. It's pretty funny. Pretty amusing, interesting. So that was I don't know if he was. I think he had like IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, that was made worse by his alcoholism. But he had some pretty funny stories. I'm assuming they were true. I still don't get the boot thing, but that's just me. Bum ba da da ba da ba da. I don't know. I don't mind the jumping action. I just feel like his character he's more solid. He's like a thicker. I'm gonna add some weight to him. He's more portly. So I don't know if he'd be jumping like that. That is all. I'm happy with her pose. So I'm trying to jump in character at this point, right? Here's a more standard. less interesting. Bottom. Is the top of the page closer to the camera? It is indeed. That is why you have this really weird... Here, let me see if I can do this. Okay. Move this out of the way. That looks better. You can see more of it. Let me just move this out of the way. One second, guys. So, besser, ja. Ein bisschen besser. Viel besser. Manchmal. Sometimes. Wenn. Look at this. Here's the trim line right here. Right there. Wouldn't it be great if they trimmed the comic book right there? That would be fantastic. Viel Spaß. JSSO. King Franchise 88 has resubscribed. Thank you. WV versus Big Will 187 has subscribed. Pix 9000 has cheered. Thank you very much. This is a very relaxing stream. That's the intention. It's very late at night. It's 1 in the morning, so I don't want to get too amped up here. Golf Boy Sunday has cheered. Thank you, Golf Boy Sunday. Demonicale. Ex-demonic. Demonic Alex has subscribed. Thank you. Henry has subscribed. Welcome in, guys. Spiky Summer has subscribed, the tier 3 sub. Thank you so much for subscribing for 6 months in a row. Appreciate the support. Bait just asked, how much does Amazon get? Well, they get some, but eventually they get everything, dude. I'm Amazon Prime. We get like several packages a day. It's ridiculous. It's like they could open a warehouse right here. It's out of control. Alright, so I got this guy, now I'm going to put a little weight on him. Can't put too much weight on him. Doesn't look right. As a guy who lived his entire life in Germany, German is hard to speak. I should just practice all my German at night. You guys should just type in German and I'll read the comments in German. Spiky Summer has resubscribed. What's the verb for subscribing? We still don't know. English is better. Oh, now you brought it up. Now I'm hungry. Crispy egg roll still in the house, still awake. How many of you guys have tomorrow off? How many of you are lucky to have Good Friday off? Das subscribe? Nein. That's a noun. Is there a verb, subscribe? Ich habe das gescribed. Abonniert. Abonnieren. Abonniert. Abetus has cheered. Thank you very much. Abetus hat 100 Bits gegeben. Hey. But probably the verb should be donate. I don't know what the verb for donate is. Unterzeichnen might be. It's easier for abonnieren sounds French. Gespendet. Gespenden, ja. Abetus hat 100 Bits gespendet. Nein! Praktizieren? Nein. I'm practicing for life. Ich bin hier für für das deutsche Erlebnis. Wie die anderen üben. Practice, üben. That's right, üben. See, it's all coming back. I took like maybe 5 classes of Spanish. I enjoyed it. Probably crispy egg roll would be crispy egg roll. Ich habe ein crispy egg roll gefressen. I do Pix 9000. Good night, Halsey 690. I know. I like to use the word fressen. You say it like if you're so hungry, you know. You're Croatian. Ja, ja, ja. Ich weiß das genau. Ja, 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 ja. Ich habe das Ramen mit Eier gefressen. I sound like a pirate. Ei. Buchstabieren. The Swiss German is very difficult, but the most difficult of all is Schwäbisch. Schwäb. I don't have any more information on Pantheon, but I'm sure we'll do another dungeon crawl at some point. I've never studied Russian, but they did offer at my school, high school. In der Hochschule haben wir die Gelegenheit, Russisch zu studieren gehabt. I am Mortimer Dunk. Ich habe keine Ahnung, was ich gesagt habe. I think what I'm saying is pretty correct. Ja? Nein? Stimmt? I think I get bored just drawing, so I feel like I should speak in a foreign language. Sounds good. Brutal Night. Brutal Night. Bringen Sie mir 2 Bier bitte. Ich just say noch zwei Bier bitte. Noch ein Bier. Swiss German is I can only use it really in Switzerland. It's ein bisschen it's a little limited. Noch einmal. Or just say 2 Bier bitte. You don't say mehr. You say noch. N-O-C-H. Wir könnten auf Deutsch reden, aber mein Deutsch ist wirklich scheiße. That's subjective? Conjunctive? No, subjective. I don't know. There's so many different cases. English is it's much easier. Yeah, Swiss German has a lot of like you're chewing a donut. No, not donut. Chewing like potato chips when you're speaking. I wish I had some potato chips. I would put them in my mouth and speak some German. That's ein Berliner. Uh, yeah, but you know what's funny? English has a lot of exceptions, meaning the rules don't apply. German, most Romance languages, they, for the most part, they follow certain rules, but English, sometimes it's E after, EI, it's what is it, I before E except after C, and, sometimes you pronounce the letters, sometimes there's a silent letter at the beginning, sometimes there isn't. But, yeah, the cases of the verbs are pretty much the same, whether it's, things don't change, articles don't change. I give the book to the student. In German, ich gebe dem Student das Buch, right? I think, right? Or zu dem Student. Oh my gosh, dative, accusative, all that kind of nonsense. I'm just letting this sit. I'm deciding what I'm going to do with it, but I think I'm happy with this pose. German has three gender. I don't know if gender is the word. The articles have three. They're three: masculine, feminine, neuter. It's like der Mann, the man, die Frau, the woman, das Buch, the book. So der, die, das. And then they change based on the case, whether it's dative, accusative, genitive. And then they have strong verbs and weak verbs. Some verbs that are paired with essen, which is, and some verbs that are paired with have. Right? You say I have eaten, I am, I when you say I am going. Right? Sometimes they end with a T, and sometimes they end with the EN, depending on whether they're strong or weak. It is complicated. In English, it's always the book, no matter what you do with it. And it's just the or right? What's Lake Como? Lake Como is a comics festival in Italy. Italian is but you pronounce the differently sometimes. It depends on what part of the country, I think Italian also has it has male and feminine. They don't have neuter, but they also have very, I don't know if it's called idiomatic, but they have ways of saying things in both. Like, so in English you'd say, I like the book. And then in German you would say, the book pleases me. Which is kind of pervy. And then Italian, same thing. It pleases me, the book. Reflexive. Good night, Crispy. We're down to one. My Korean's the worst. I studied very little of it, and I was embarrassed really as a kid to speak it. And my parents gave up on trying to force me to speak it. But I wish they had Stuck with, forced me to do it because it would have been the easiest to retain. But I speak Korean like I speak any other language I've kind of studied. I speak it with a really bad, strong American accent, which is to say, very kind of nasally and flat, and you know. So my Korean is pretty bad. Huh? I before E, except when your foreign neighbor Keith, right here. So Google says Korean is the fifth largest, hardest language to learn. What are the first four? I'm curious. Korean's pretty simple though. They have an alphabet, so they have vowels and consonants. So I can pronounce words because I know like what the letters, the sounds they stand for. I just don't know what it means. Well, Korean also has a lot of Japanese and Chinese sort of intermingled throughout because of those countries having essentially conquered and colonized Korea over the centuries. So you see their language. Every now and then in the Korean sentence, you'll see like Chinese characters, and you go, "I have no idea. I'm lost. I'm stuck." So the hardest. Duchess 20th. Fling, Flink Kling. How come you speak German so fluently? Thank you. So what are the other four? Mandarin, Arabic, Japanese, Hungarian, and Korean. Wow. Mandarin, yeah, because there's like what? How do you say like ma? Ma has like seven different meanings based on the slight change of inflection. It can mean like mother, horse, house. I don't know, like ma 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 ma. Right? I've heard about that. We can talk about art too. It's hard to talk about art every single stream. Mongolian is my first language. Alright. Alright, now I gotta, alright. Oh, excuse me. Alright. Wondering if that. if we go with 2 sticks, nunchuck style. Ever had a mustache? I had one at WonderCon. You couldn't tell? That was my mustache. Next Friday will be 1 hour. I have a 1 o'clock flight, so I have to leave the convention center downtown at 12. Oh no, 3 o'clock flight. 3 o'clock flight. So 3 o'clock flight, I gotta be at the airport by 2. If I leave at 12, give myself an hour to get there, it's like 1. I mean, it's gonna be tight. So, or maybe the flight's at 2 o'clock, something like that. So it'll be very, very quick. I don't think you have to be in line at 6 a.m. I think they're going to give out. Well, that's Breed Pop. I don't know how they work their signs. I'm pretty sure you get. There'll be a way to get tickets prior. I don't know. Standing in line seems very 2017, 2016, whatever. I guess I'll just stick to the long column I had before. Okay. I think I go to like 6 conventions a year, but I think it's actually more. This year's been a busy one. I've done. I don't think it's so much as appearances or conventions, but appearances. So I've already done DC, Orlando, Austin, Anaheim, and soon to be Chicago, soon to be Paris, Lake Como, Calgary, Orlando again, so that's 9 by end of May. And I think I'm going to go to Y'all West in LA for Free Comic Book Day. Favorite D&D class would be Paladin. Alright, now I'm going to pull up reference for this character. Yeah, so it's not even, Chunk Style 30, that's till the end of May. So what is that? When I say 9 appearances by the end of May, nothing in June. San Diego Comic-Con in July, so that's 10. August, it would be Boston Comic-Con, that's 11. September, I'm thinking of another international show, so that would be 12. Mexico City at the end of the year would be 13. And then Vegas, that's 14, and then probably Midtown Comics, 15. So 15 appearances this year. It's a lot. And actually, I take that back. I did Earth 2 Comics, so that's 16 appearances. You better take a month off, otherwise your wife might kill you. Well, truthfully, I wouldn't do so many. She comes with me to probably every other one. So, and every other one we try to take the kids with us. So I try not to be away too much. So when I say the kids, the youngest ones. So we do try to plan it out because that is a lot of traveling and time away from home. So it's hard. Hey, Saucy Boss 55. Okay, I just need to pull up the rest of the reference on her, and let me see if I can find it. Let's see. Where did I put the? 1 second, guys. Here we go. I needed some reference. Normally I print this stuff out. And this is dead. Wonderful. Oh, no, it's not. Very low on power. Just getting some reference, guys. Sorry. There we go. Found it. And okay. There's the reference. I'll look at this. All right. Of course, it just lost power. Fantastic. Plug this in. Let it juice up a little bit. So, you saw how much time I've kind of put into these poses. This is a simple two protagonists fighting each other pose. So, really all the work is done at this level. Everything else is just details. Hello, sir. I would like to work on comics and stuff, but I don't have money to go to art college. Should I quit trying? Sure. Why not? Just give up if you don't think it's going to work. Why bother? What else? Don't ask me these questions, man. It's your dream, not my dream. I mean, I would love for you to realize what you want to do, but don't ask me. Ask yourself. I would like to work on comics and stuff, but I don't have money to go to art college. I didn't go to art college. Should I quit trying? You're going to let someone who you don't even know dictate what you're going to do for your life? I don't know, man. Never give up. That's right. Dude, I'm just telling you, if you don't have the mindset that this is definitely what you're going to do, it's not going to happen, and no one's going to say, "I'll help you do it." It's yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't even ask that question. Don't even ask. And I'm sorry to give you jump on you, but I'm telling you, really, it's 1:30 in the morning. Like, if you don't want it so much that you will literally bleed from your fingertips to get it, no one else is going to give it to you. No one's going to call somebody up and say, "Hey, I got a job for you." We don't know who you are. You have to make yourself known. You have to want it to happen. Not having money, not going to art college, not having whatever. It's not. You're looking for reasons not to do it. Yeah. Um, you know, that's all I can say. That's all I can say. I and look, I'm jumping on you because I think people often get triggered by things that are close to their own hearts or their own experiences. And I'll tell you that when I was in college, I wanted to be a doctor, so I was pre-med, but everyone stresses out, like, well, I get into medical school, will I make it? And I remember asking another med student, another pre-med student, who was maybe a year or two ahead of me, and of course, everyone's so anxious about it. I did the exact same thing you did, so maybe you're young. I shouldn't jump on you. I said, like, do you think, what do you think my chances of getting med school are? And he basically said, like, if you want it badly enough, you'll make it happen. And I thought that was really great feedback, and honestly, it applies to everything in life. Everything in life. Okay? Um, and that still has stuck with me to this day. And I'll tell you that I probably have many years on you, and everything I've experienced or achieved or not achieved, I mean, has been the direct result of the amount of effort I put into it. And it is super, super exceptionally rare to have someone in your corner basically saying, "Yeah, I know that you don't have the energy or the money or the ability to do this, but I will come in and lift you up and make it happen for you." It just doesn't happen that way. It just doesn't. I'm not mad at anyone. I don't even. Uh, the person got quiet very quickly, so I apologize if I scared you. That was not the intent. Fair question. One D Tran has cheered. Thank you very much for the cheers, man. I appreciate it. I think being hot, quote unquote hot, I think is Betis. No, Betis. I think you should get in the shipping transportation business. That's what I see in your future. Good night, Punker13. No worries. Ask Malzar. Mazarar. Um, yeah, art school is not necessary. I think art school is great because it will teach you about art and give you the time to kind of focus on that before the harsh, realities of deadlines or there are deadlines in art school. Harsh realities of bills and real life come crashing down on you. It's a nice chance to kind of transition from being a kid to an adult. All right, let me finish this up. I'm waiting for my iPad to charge. Sorry. This cover is very easy. I'm just a little tired and under the weather, so it's making it a little tougher. All right, so you obviously have the gesture drawing there, and I just have lightly erased it. I'm gonna go to a cough drop, guys. My throat's feeling a little not feeling great. Good morning, Mr. Celestial. Okay. this thing charged yet? I just realized the computer that it's charging from isn't even on. I'll just leave it down here. I'll just have to pull the reference up off my phone. Okay, I have it now. Oh, stop, please. Thank you, Reflective Gamer, for subscribing for 2 months in a row. Appreciate it. Beef Cunningham and the Tea Party send their love. Welcome in, Beef Cunningham. Thank you, Tiny T, hosting with 229 viewers. Appreciate you guys dropping in. Very cool. Volpsy is here. Hello, Beef Cunningham. At Volpsy, at Tiny T. Thank you, Tiny T. I appreciate it. I'll tell you that doing these late night streams has been very entertaining. I mean, obviously, people that have come in for the chat, but also I think that past weekend we had a couple different raids, and we've done it ourselves at the end of a stream. And it's just a really interesting way of meeting new people, discovering new streams, and kind of cross-pollinating the love on Twitch. Do you know Pork Cunningham as well? Yeah, we've raided several times, and it's yeah, sure, it's a good time. And actually, I think the first time it happened, I'm like, I don't even know what that was. It was crazy just seeing like the stream kind of explode or blow up. Oh my god, this whole stream, there's like this thing glowing in the back right behind my head. That's the worst. I thought I fixed that. Now I'm embarrassed. I feel like people have come to my house and it's a mess. Yeah. There we go. But rather than stopping as the people come in, I will just continue to draw. What's this dope vista before my eyes? I like the language. It's fitting of this character's costume. What were you guys? So Beef Cunningham. What were you guys doing in your stream before you guys came here? Gaming, drawing. Hey Patrick Cav, good morning. This is for an upcoming cover. I can't say what it's for, but you can figure it out. I mean, it's obviously not Batman. Right. Now we have another raid. P. Diddle has... Welcome in, guys. Razzmatazz. P. Diddy. P. Diddle. P. Diddle. Very cool. Okay. Yeah, Kiriko. P. Diddy. Tupac. All these, This is the lull. This is the lull. And by lull, I mean it's 2 in the morning. I'm going to stream again. What did I say? 10 o'clock? Thank you, Mr. Celestial, for the sub. The most viewers who had the channel concurrent, I think, was 5,200 maybe. Tupac. Thanks for the host. Bobby 808 boy has resubscribed past 5 months. Appreciate the support, Bobby 808 boy. The person that noted the similarities to Hela and Thor. Interesting notations. I always forget people are watching from work in Europe. And I can hear the kids. Mason's still awake. Hold on, I gotta tell him to go to bed. Text Mason, hey, it's time for you to go to bed. Have a good night. ... Send a text message to Mason, hey, it's time for you to go to bed. Have a good night. ...
Ready to send it? I'll send it.
Feiertag in Germany. Is it? What? Oh, yeah. Good Friday, obviously. Zoom in on the face. I can. No, it's on a set focal length too, so I can't. I apologize. The limitations of this stream. I just realized I'm Kate, am I streaming at is it 10:30 tomorrow or 11:30? Two. Okay, all right. I can go a little bit longer. I don't know if I'm going to finish this cover, but I feel like, really, I mean, it's done. It doesn't look done. The hardest part was just coming up with the pose. Oh, there's gonna definitely be Alexa baby monitors. I mean, I'm sure there already are. My kids are fully Alexa conversant. When I say my kids, I'm talking about my 4-year-old and 6-year-old. They talk to Alexa all the time. They ask her to tell them stories. We've got them ordering toys, music selection. Our 4-year-old has discovered speed death metal bands in the Bay Area. I mean, it's crazy. I'm like, where'd you find this music? He said, Alexa. I'm like, okay. We have an almost done counter. No! And the almost done counter. Yikes. You guys are on to my tricks. I have a bad habit of saying, that's almost done, and that lasts for hours. Because in my head, I'm like, it's almost done. I mean, it looks almost done. Doesn't this look almost done? No, I guess not. Brutal Night 15. Dude, I'm falling asleep. That does not surprise me. What, that I'm getting tired? I just have to be up in the morning to continue, but I'm gonna do something different. Although I probably will finish this and then move on to the free drawing part of it. I have the day off tomorrow. I have got a meeting with a guy that's gonna come and do some work on the house potentially, outdoor swimming pool. But other than that, I was just gonna chill at home, maybe watch a movie. Maybe Apocalypse Now. Love that movie. What do I think of Fortnite? I think it's a blockbuster game. I can't believe the views that it's getting, and it's a beast. It's a beast. I'm more of a PUBG guy, personally. But like my son, I think the younger one, Mason, he'll be 13 in a week or so. Yeah, he and his buddies, they play it nonstop. That's their favorite. I think PUBG is a little too, not too hard, but maybe it's just too based in realism. They like kind of the whimsical nature of PUBG, but I just don't. I don't know. It's not my thing. And luckily my streams don't hinge on games or popularity of games. Yes, Beliasa. 009 Sage, your art is sick. Are you on DeviantArt? I have a DeviantArt page I haven't updated in a long time. I just really, for the most part, I just put on Instagram at this point. And Twitter. I'm not necessarily looking to get other work, and so I just put it out there to share as opposed to creating an online portfolio. And to me, DeviantArt is more a place for people to kind of showcase what they do so they can potentially get assignments or projects. So that's not really a part of it right now for me. So this is the costume that she's got, but I want to, at some point in the illustration, I will have them, they're like fighting to the death kind of thing, and so I'll put some battle damage like this. Just have like sparks and things flying. Sorry. Omniform's blue. I don't think DVR can be taken seriously enough anymore to be used as a professional portfolio. But yeah, you know what? For the people in chat, what would you recommend? Do people still use LinkedIn? I mean, I have a page. I never use it. Every now and then I get a notice saying, "Hey, you've been mentioned in this article, blah blah blah," or something. But LinkedIn seems more like for executives and business people. ArtStation? I've never heard of that. That's so good. I learn something every day. ArtStation. Check it out. I still hear Mason. Text Mason, "Hey, I still hear you. You should be going to bed, man. You should be out. Good night." Text Mason, "Hey, I still hear you awake. You need to go to bed."
Ready to send it?
Send it.
I'll send your message.
That's my dad's voice right there. Kelsey's here as well, but she's an adult. Oh, see, Mason sent me a message. And we'll be like, "Oh, okay, I'm sure." Oh, he says I'm in bed. You're in bed playing Fortnite on your phone. You know, I think normally when I stream late at night, I draw faster, and I'm sure it's a direct result of the fact that I'm sick. Excuse me. Good morning, Nolan. Not often, but I do sometimes. At some point, I have to stream beyond this cover piece I'm doing for the Lake Como Comics Fest, and that'll probably be Batman, a Batman piece. I was thinking Batman with Nightwing. I see them all kind of in a circle, like they're being attacked all around, and in the foreground, some sort of villain. In the far background, Clayface, Joker off to the side. I can visualize it, but it might be too. It might not fit on a page. It might be more of like a double page spread kind of thing, so that won't work. In which case, I'll default to a Batman Joker piece, I think. I do work on personal projects. I was working on something earlier today for a friend who had a pet die. So I was kind of doing a portrait. I didn't quite finish it though. I do pieces of my family portraits and stuff like that. Mostly portraits. Are all your commission slots taken for Cuomo? I think I have 4. I think the goal was to take on 6. But 4 is good genug, as they say. Do you guys like to see the commission pieces done in front of you, whether it's in person, like live, or on stream, or do you prefer it when artists do the pieces at home and then bring them and deliver them to you at the conventions? You make some pretty nice keycaps, Tiny T. Hopefully soon. What is Tiny T asking? We're back to the German. Oh, Tiny T is a woman, is female. Well, did not know. Yeah, when do you stream, Kate? Her to watch in person for the magic moments. But what if there are moments that aren't so magical? What happens if you hire someone to do a commission and then they do something to the piece and you're like, ooh, I don't like that. Like, I don't know, that'd be tough to watch. Tough to sit through the end. Miss Mika. A Dodger shirt. Well, who do you root for? The baseball season is upon us. Hallelujah. I'm pretty sure everyone can answer that question in stream for you, Ram One Low. Yeah, that game 7. Oof. Should have won. What's happening with my hands here? They're not lining up. I gotta redo it. Which means that the sword is gonna have to move. Which is fine. Chunk Style 33, good night. Janella is awake. Thanks for the cheers, Janella. Janella from the Philippines. Got everyone represented. How many of you coming to Lake Como anyway? I think 3. Pity, are you coming? No, you're going to Paris. Good morning, Scuffner. Oh, I don't feel so bad. We've only been streaming for 2 hours 40. Okay. Four people said they're going to Lake Como. Prepare for some German comment. How many of the people going to Lake Como are German speakers? What's TC? TwitchCon. I'm thinking about coming. Vielleicht. Ich bin nicht 100% sicher. Oh my gosh. Sorry. What's the weirdest thing I've gotten signed from fans? The weirdest thing I have signed? Besides body parts? I signed someone's car. Oh, that's weird, but I don't know if I would have someone sign the outside of the car. It's a white car. Sign your butt. A forehead, the upper chest area, biceps, forearms. The ones on the forearms and biceps, they went out and got it tattooed immediately after. No, that was so I have signed promo cards that We Can Be Heroes, but no, this is a store signing in Vegas in the '90s. Someone had a white Bronco. It wasn't O.J. Simpson, but they wanted me to sign it. I'm like, yeah, this is a permanent marker, and they're like, yeah. But the cover, the shellac or whatever on a car is so strong. I think you can wipe it off. I wouldn't test it out on my own car, but. Jim, sign my parents' disappointment in me. Uh, okay. Brutal Knight 15. What looks really nice? The sword? You want to do something kind of funky, atypical, asymmetrical. And it's tricky because it's foreshortened and. Emma, ein Failure. Failure? It sounds okay in my head, but I know it doesn't sound right. Oh, I forgot she's got a tail. There we go. Thank you, Art Tilt. I saw Ready Player One tonight. I did. It's very cool. You have to see it multiple times, I think, to pick out every. I mean, there's so much going on. Like in these battle scenes, they're just epic. Like, what did I just see? What characters did I just glimpse? There are a couple surprises for sure. What avatar would I choose? Well, the main character. First of all, he just created his own. I mean, are you saying like if I could choose any existing character to be represented in Oasis, what would I choose? Is that the question? Yeah, Batgirl, Batman's in there. Well, there's a lot of. Good night. Good night, Tiny T. Thank you for rating. Well, it's a Warner Brothers film, so they're able to get the Warner Brothers stuff pretty easily. and then Steven Spielberg's the director, and he either directed a lot of the things that they're pulling that stuff from. They're literally saying he's the one director that could. He's the only one that could have directed this movie, in terms of just clearing the rights to so much material, whether he owned it or not. The connections that he had, because he either directed it or knows the people that owns the content. Um, you know, it's crazy. Yokai Artist has resubscribed. Thank you, Yokai Artist. It's a shame Disney wouldn't let them use some Star Wars references. Doch, I have to say. There's a German word that means I disagree. On the contrary, doch. T-O-C-H is the perfect. Hold on. I'll be at MegaCon, I believe, Friday, Saturday. Hanguk, 21 Wolves Dud, Hanguk, Hangukin, Hangukin, Hangukun, Hangukin, Hangukin. I think he asked if I'm Korean. 맞았어요? Am I right? Am I going back to Hawaii Comic Con? I saw Jimmy J recently at a signing I did at a Vons, of all places, here in the Valley. We haven't talked about it. It was a good show. Am I famous in Korea? I don't think I'm famous anywhere. We don't publish a lot of the stuff. We have a publisher over there. I was planning on going to Korea Comic Con, but it conflicts with another Boston Comic Con. But I'd like to go out there the following year. I'm going to be in Korea in May, but just visiting my daughter. I'm not going to be doing any work. It's a very short trip. We're going to visit our daughter who lives in Seoul, and then go to Tokyo to set up Brittany, who got into college there. So, I mean, April is just crazy. April, May. Like April, we're going to Europe, Paris, and Lake Como for work and some fun. And then in May, going to Korea and Tokyo, Seoul and Tokyo. Hello from Wellington, New Zealand. Nolan Elric, where are you? Where are you from, Nolan Elric? No stopover in Switzerland. I was in Switzerland last year. Was it last year? 2 years ago? No, last year. Kate. Zurich. I was in your hometown. Bitte, bitte, bitte. Northern Maine. Not even Maine. Northern Maine. Is there a Southern Maine? The moosh. I think we had this conversation before. I think Maine might be the only... No, I've been to Maine. I think I've been to every state in the U.S. Kim Jong-ji? Yeah. I've had dinner with him several times. We try to get together during Comic-Cons. This is what we do. I have a photo. I just happen to have it. Can you see this? Or maybe it's clear now. It's better here. So, at this dinner, which is at Bakjong, Korean barbecue in New York City during New York Comic Con, everyone's head's looking down. Like, so that's me there. Well, there's Kim Jong-ji. We're both like, our heads down. So everyone's either drawing or taking a photo. Like, this guy's taking a photo. These guys are all drawing. So everyone's head's kind of bowed. But that was a fun night. And he doesn't speak English, so there's always a translator, but we still have a good time. And that guy has really kind of forged an amazing career, just traveling around. And no, this was like last year. Why I have a Polaroid? I don't know. Someone took a Polaroid. I think we were doing the sketches for the owner of the restaurant. Anything for a free meal. Anything. On the other side of the world, the guy says, Jim Lee, yeah, I know him. He doesn't speak Korean, though, so there's always a translator. Pretty much. I would love to hear the conversations on the other side of the world. The guy draws fast, but man, he talks way too much. No, I don't need any gifts, man. Please, yeah. I remember one time I went to a store signing in the Netherlands, Holland, and as a parting gift, literally the last day that we were in Europe, we were going to the airport. The store owner, super nice family. He brings me and Jeff Campbell and I'll say Travis Charest and whoever else was there for this European tour. They give us these rinds of cheese, and not just not like a thing like this, but gigantic. I mean, and they were like stacked. So the biggest one was like this big, and like that. Oh, this is. Oh, that's not good. It's hot there. Oh well. Anyway, it was a huge ring, and then a huge ring like this, and then a smaller one, like a stack of 3 this high. And they were super. Cheese is very dense, and there was just no way to like put them in our bags. We had to leave them at the hotel. But I mean, if we had gotten them earlier, we could have tried to eat them. I think, but it was just a ton of cheese, man. It'll be like. So I know the people that got those Girl Scout cookies were cursing my name. But they meant well. It was just like, well, I didn't bring an extra suitcase to fill with cheese. And that, yeah. When I went to Japan for the first time, I got a ton of gifts from fans. They like to really, the signing I did, they get very emotional. I don't, it's rare that fans cry in my presence. And it's even weird to even say that. But in Japan, it happened in Tokyo at this Manga no Mori, the store. I think it's gone now. But it was a shop that sold American comics. And the fans waited in a stairwell. It was like a multi-floor store. And I was on the top floor, and they were waiting in the stairwell to come up to get stuff signed. And then when they were done signing, they would go back down the stairs past the people that were waiting to come up. And, this girl, a couple girls came up. They were trembling, and, and they were like covering their mouth and bowing, and gave me gifts of baked goods, maybe some wine or whatever, and they started getting very emotional and started crying, and then when they left and went down the stairs, they started shrieking like, and because it was a small stairwell, it just magnified the noise, and you could it was like, oh, it was. It was crazy. Yeah, so I had all these gifts, so I basically went to the store and bought another suitcase, a small suitcase, and I filled it with just things that these fans had given me. Well, I don't think it was not like a huge following in. It was a successful signing. There was a lot of people that came. There's only so many people you can see during a couple-hour period or 3-hour period anyway. So we had a great turnout, and I always get the sense in Japan, especially, there are people, they love following something that isn't necessarily. A lot of people love following something that is something that they can claim to be their own, that isn't super popular or trendy. And Western comics are just not that big in Japan. A lot of Western things in general, like Lego, huge everywhere, but not so much in Japan. Superheroes in general, huge everywhere, less huge in Japan, I guess, although that's changing. They give gifts of a lot of they give gifts of baked goods, and the baked goods there you can get some really expensive, literally like one fine pastry that's perfectly wrapped, and you can buy a box of 6 strawberries. Each strawberry just perfectly the exact same size as every other strawberry. You can buy one strawberry in one container for like $10 or something. I mean, or $12. I mean, they sell it really. They don't sell in bulk. It's all about finding that perfect piece. That's amazing. And my translator at the time, I so much of it was prepackaged. I was like, wow, this is really crazy. Like, this is super. It's expensive, right? Like, I mean, uh, and my translator explained this, and I hope this doesn't. I don't mean to offend people, and I hope. I assume what he told me. He was Japanese, so I mean, assume what he told me was correct. Was that most Japanese are Buddhists, and because of that, already offended. Please don't say it. Okay, are you Japanese, Nolan Elric? Do you know what I'm going to say? Den Setsu Joe, you already know. I don't get it. Oh, okay. All right. So tell me what I was gonna say. I'm just curious if you know what I'm gonna say. Well, you guys can confirm this to be true, or not. Basically, that as Buddhists, they feel like if you ingest somebody, you are closer to them. So that sometimes, not for West, like that, for mangaka, like Japanese manga artists, which are truly the rock stars, just huge, that some fans, not all, but some fans would try to give them home baked foods or pastries, and they would put like like fingernail clippings or something of themselves in it, so that the person would ingest part of them unknowingly, of course, and then they would somehow get closer to that person. And so this sounds crazy, and now that I'm repeating it, um, and people know this, and so people dispose of the homemade food. They don't take it. They don't consume it. So the fans know this, and so that's why they buy the stuff that's prepackaged and pre-sealed, because obviously they couldn't have tampered with it and done that. I don't know. Oh my gosh, that's not what I'm saying, but this is what was relayed on to me. Because someone had brought, I think, some fresh baked stuff, and the guy took it from me and said, "No, no, 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 don't eat that." I'm like, "Oh, what?" I feel like I don't think it's Buddhist behavior. I think it's super fan behavior. I'm gonna have to Google this. Anyway, this is what was shared with me. It makes sense to me. Whatever. But this was back in the 90s when this happened. So it's not like I could just pull out my phone and just kind of Google it and figure out whether this is true or not. I don't think the legs are armored. I mean, I would have to put something there if it were. I think it just look leather-ish-y. I don't know. Take a look. No, there has to be a line here. All right. Dom is Love. You didn't miss much. Board is indeed at an angle. Yes, 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 yes. There. You can see how the proportions change and the legs look a lot bigger. Right. I only did the first issue of Immortal Men. I completely flamed out. I have to be honest with you guys. I could talk more about the New Age of Heroes in another stream, but I'm actually going to stop right here on this figure because it's 2:45 and I have to be back on here in is it 8 hours? A little less than 8 hours? 10:30. I'm going to meet with someone in the morning, I believe. So I want to have a little bit of sleep. Purely because of my sickness. And I'll tell you right now, my throat actually feels, for the first time in several days, pretty good. but it always feels like really bad when you wake up. So I'll give myself some time to wake up and gargoyle and all that kind of good stuff. So I want to thank all the mods, Kirihiko, Ren Elephant, Crispy Egg Roll. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I want to thank Tiny T and P Diddle, some other people that came in and rated. That was kind of fun. Kate, if you have someone that we should go raid right now, that would be fantastic. Thank you, Roswellian Drama, for subscribing. Thank you guys for watching me draw this one figure in 3 hours or so. Has it been 3 hours? Or was it 4 hours to do this one figure? Most of the time was spent doing the composition, actually. And I started at 11:30, so 3 hours. Yeah, but you can see I didn't even do the tail. And so we're going to go... Where are we going to go? Where are we going to go? Kate, do you have a place? Well, thank you, Prix1. I appreciate it. Good night, chat. Alright, we're going to go to official static. Fantastic. Let's do it. Good night.